Okay. So my name's Ken Finnan, and my job is to get you past all the exams. And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's, first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay. No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but you ask them. Just massage, that's all I'm talking about. Just keep it relaxed, no fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner maybe. Talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through. Maybe the day before, make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take 2. But again, I don't think it works so well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take 1 final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, SDC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all, and then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason, and then the ones you got for the wrong reason. The ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it, or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit. Okay. And that's literally it. You maybe want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass. Okay. Good. Okay. Everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I got to pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby.
Yo, it's about that time. We going live with the Q&A and I'm counting it down. Lock in with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We are live right now. The questions, the answers, the energy, it's all happening. Drop your questions in the chat. Turn that volume up and let's make this a moment.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh, I know what. Am I muted?
I just unmuted you.
I was muted, so I'm yelling and all that crap. I sound much better when I'm muted.
Why are we both Jeff?
Oh, because when if for some reason it grabs you, I'm leaving. You stay here. I'm going to get out. Okay. I don't know if stay on. See if I go out. See if it happens.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Ken shall be returning in a few short moments. Oh, wait, hang on. Nope. Nope.
I'm here.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh.
Nope, the chat's still there. That's awesome. Okay, good. Okay, well, come on. Couple quick things. Happy Tuesday. You didn't hear me saying good morning, Jeff, and Thursday, which is great. That's awesome. Okay, now, couple quick things before we get started. If you need help, if I'm unmuted, right? If you need help, and you have another, and you need help from tutors, we got this. I got Jeff doing his custom study group, custom study plan. It works really well. He does a great job. Everyone who's ever done it has raved about how good it is, how much it helped. However, if you want actual content, you can reach out to us at series7exam.org or even Cap Advantage Tutoring or even series66exam.com. All these questions. Even though tonight's FINRA night, if you have 66 that overlaps, I'll talk about it. If you're saying you passed the 66, I will absolutely celebrate your ass. If you need another tutor and you don't like my end, go check out Michael Weiss over at series7examtutor.com. And I don't know if she's on here tonight, but Marie used him and she says he's the best tutor in the world. I take offense to that, but that's all good.
Memberships.
And we can talk about the membership. So the other thing is you can join. If you don't want to spend the moolah on the tutoring, you can join memberships, okay? We do a membership. It's between $5 all the way up to $149. $149 is only for the principal people. Do not pay that, okay? Do not do that. Now, we have different tiers, like if you want to meet just my options, which will change your fucking life options, okay? They will make you wish the entire test was options, and they're not T-charts, they're just very visual. Now, the other one is we also have classes. We meet on Sundays, or if you up it to the next level above it, we meet on Tuesdays. Like tonight, there is a Series 7 premiere class at 9:15 when this ends. I roll right from this. I talk to Jeff for a couple minutes, and boom. Okay, now, then we go. Ooh. Then we move on.
Ooh, look at this. I gotta throw a comment up there. Disagree about Michael.
I like Michael. I think he's good.
Oh, Michael.
What? No, Michael Weiss.
Yeah, I know. What's wrong with Michael?
Nothing's wrong with him. But let's see what Adam says. But I don't. Okay. I think Michael's doing a great job. He does a good job. Okay. Now, again, do the memberships. We meet Tuesday after we're meeting tonight at this is over. We do about 45 minutes to an hour. And then for the 66, we do the extra class on Thursday nights. Now, the thing we do for college kids and people who don't want to spend a lot of money on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, because Eastern's the only one that matters, we have another tutor who does a Q&A on Zoom. So it's not like this shit show. It's on Zoom. And it's just for the SIE, and it's literally $4.99 a month. That's like not even a Starbucks. For giving up one double whip foamy macchiato grande, you can a month you can pay for this thing, and it's all SIE stuff.
And not only are it's priced like that on purpose to get people involved, but I guess there's now a couple of Easter eggs floating around in the video memberships.
Yep. Say that. Let's start.
A couple of Easter eggs floating around in the memberships.
Oh yeah. It's some videos some Jeff Talk videos, right?
Yeah, I like that Jeff Talk.
And the one today got some good feedback, so that's good.
Yeah,
good.
All right.
Okay, and you get that for just a low. Okay, so now Maria Robles. Now I okay. We don't have to bring that up. So Ashley, yes, it's mostly 24, but it'll help for the 910. Actually, the options the class will help with. If you join the highest membership, you get everything below it. So Ashley, if you do the premier principal one that we meet on Tuesdays from 7 to 7:30 every Tuesday, 7:45 depending. There's only I have everyone who's in it passed, so I have like 3 people in it now. It's crazy because I had like 15 people. They're all done. They're all passed. It's great. So it'll reflow up again when people start taking the 24 and the 910. But if you do the principal one, you can join the options class, and that'll help with the 9 part. Okay, here we go. Now, how long should we wait until we take after the first fill? I think you should do it right away. I think you should do it within 30 days. Well, it depends. If you got like a 30, no, you got to wait. But if you came in between like 65, 60, 70, not 70, obviously, 60 to 69, the best number ever, I would say don't wait more than 30 days. So what do? If you fail, you have to reread the book, spend the first 10 to 12 days rereading the book, then do your chapter quizzes, then do your finals. It's kind of where it is. Don't want to go too heavy into it. Billy, what would people telling Amy? I don't know. I don't know if she's in here or not. Okay. Jane's taking the test very soon, and she'll be in on the class tonight. I sent you the link, kid. Okay. She's the one who drives me nuts with her questions. And then sometimes her ADD kicks in, which is great for the video you put out. The ADD kicks in, and I answer a question, and she goes, she didn't think I answered her question. So I hope she's paying attention now, so when I answer her question. So Jane, his wife, make sure you're listening. Jane, hello. Okay, so now. By the way, I tried to turn the monetization off so there's no commercials. I mean, why should you have to fucking deal with that shit? Okay. Okay. I try to turn it off as much as I can. I have it as off and hopefully at the lowest possible setting. So there's not a lot of commercials coming at you. Okay. Now, everything about a mutual fund is taxable. Remember that everything about a mutual fund is taxable. So that's a good question. On limited partnerships, it's when they earn it. But everything about a mutual fund is taxable. So if they pay out a dividend to you, even if you reinvest it, it's taxable to you. If they pay out a capital gain, even if you reinvest it, it's taxable to you. They will pay the dividends. They will pay out 90% of their income, so only you pay taxes on it instead of them paying taxes and you paying taxes, double taxes. And where else are we going to go with that one? If it's long-term for them, it's long-term for you. So if they kick out long-term capital gains, it's going to be long-term capital gains for you, even if you just bought the thing yesterday. Okay. Here we go. Yes. I mean, not like crazy, but they're going to talk about them. It's not like you have to do like convertible bond. I mean, you might have to do one conversion, but not that much. It's not a lot. I mean, they're on there because they're part of the world and people do them. So you have to understand them. But the 7 for sure has a lot of bonds on it. SIE will definitely have bonds on it, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
Okay. Can I raise my hand on that?
Welcome on.
Can I raise my hand on that last question? The SIE bonds. I
Yeah.
think it's important that you get the premise down on the SIE while you can, because it's going to be tested heavily on the 7.
Yep, I agree. I think we're good with that.
So you might as well get your foundation now.
Yeah, build it up, baby. Okay. So I got to find out what bad advice Amy was getting. Okay. Brooke, welcome on. You will love them. Okay. See you Sunday. I don't know why can't you? Is that a joke? You can. As long as it's distributed. I don't know why you couldn't. I mean, you can. And you're just going to remember, but you're going to pay. This is the thing, but you're going to pay taxes on it. Maybe the question is, can you buy it without paying taxes? No. Everything about a mutual fund is taxable. So when it comes out, you are absolutely paying taxes on the money. So even if you automatically reinvest it or put it in another one, where they get you, where they trick you is that if you have a mutual fund and you get paid and you automatically reinvest it, you get taxed. However, what if you move from one fund to another? Let's say you're in Fidelity and you move from the large cap to the mid cap. Now, you probably won't have a sales charge on that. They give you an exchange privilege or a conversion privilege where you get to move it into another thing in the same family, which is Fidelity's a family, T. Rowe's a family, Vanguard's a family, American's a family. As long as you stay in the family, remember, nobody leaves the family, you will not have to pay a sales charge, but for sure as hell, the IRS is taxing your ass. Because remember, everything about a mutual fund is taxable. There's nothing tax deferred about mutual funds. 100% overlap. Maybe. They probably don't talk about the Federal Reserve and shit like that, but everything else is on there just deeper. So literally anyone, when you pass the SIE, you will then start studying for the 7 and go, oh my God, it's the same shit. It is, but it's a much deeper dive. Remember, the SIE is very definitional and like, do you know that what's this, what's that? Where the 7 is more like, grandma did this and this and this. What'd you do? It's much more situational. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Well, we knew, okay, nervous. We kind of knew, you knew it was going to be bad. But here's the thing. Did they chew you out and give you another chance? Or did they chew you out and go, you're fucking A? That's the big difference, right? And I have a feeling they gave you another chance. And look, you know you can do this. Nervous. I'm telling you, D-Man, I know that you can pass this. Why don't you do the 63, 65 route? You don't have to wait till January. You might like the 63, get it out of the way. You might get a little wind under your belt and then jump on the 65. I know you know how to do it, and you'll do a good job once you pass. So that's all that matters. Because remember, once you pass, all the fucking shit people forget about that you failed, and you will have, and you can just earn your way. You can earn, baby. You can earn. Adam, let's go, baby. It's amazing how I get the same question every time, right? So this is the thing. So if you're taking it tomorrow and you go, what should I focus on tomorrow? What the fuck? It's too late. You're good. You're going to pass this thing. Okay. Take it on Friday. 6. Yes. Mutual funds, annuities, and customer accounts. Mutual funds, annuities, and customer accounts. Make sure you know that shit cold. You got to know a code, Kelly, baby. Okay. Now, you know what's funny? She reminds me of this. So I think it's State Farm it's either State Farm or Allstate that does this. They come in and they offer you either they buy your book of business or that you come in and merge with them, but you have 6 months to pass the 6, 63, 65, which is okay. But you remember, you're working full time. You have a book. If you don't get it, you sign a contract that you will sell them the book of business for like a song. Like you're basically giving up. You're getting out of the business. It's I don't know how I think it's State Farm. I'm not sure if it's Allstate or State Farm. It's one of them where they come at you. And I have a guy we're going to have on. And we'll talk about that on our thing. How he got it, but he got it on the last day. Because if he failed, he lost his entire business. And he had like a I think, like a 50 grand a month business coming in, and he was going to have to give it up for nothing. It's such an unfair kind of way to do it, but they know what they're doing because they know it's no risk on them. They pay for you to take the test, and if you fail, they get your fucking book of business. And you know how hard it is to move an insurance account? Like if I have an account with JP Morgan with broker dealers and I move, I just do an ACAT, 1 day to validate, 3 days to deliver. That should be that's a test thing. They move it right over. Okay. Not insurance. Okay. Okay. Wayna, you're going to rock this thing. So look at this. 6, 66, 7. Same fucking thing. Okay. Now, Wayna, make sure you got investment vehicles down. Make sure you got ethics down. And make sure the last thing you do is read customer accounts, joint accounts, and trusts and estates. Make sure you have that. It's not hard. You just want to freshen your head. Okay. Now, it's like, hang me, right? Just kill me now. Okay, so now, it's options, mutual funds, and annuities. Listen, go to my crash course. All of you, taking the 6, 66, and 7, find my fucking crash course. I have one for every test. That will give you what you need to know in the test. Wayna, do my power hour. Kelly, find my quick and dirty power hour. Ariana, find my crash course, my power hour, do the brutal exam, do my GTBT versus a 7. But make sure you have mutual funds, annuities. Hopefully by now you have options down. And then make sure you reread customer accounts the day before. And do not cram at night. Cramming will kill you. Sleep is underrated, baby. As Billy keeps saying, sleep is underrated. Let's go, baby. Angela, I am with you. Hold on. Where's my thing? Angela, I am with you. See if we can do this. Here we go. This is Angela.
I'm gonna take that test like a savage, y'all. It's the Series 7. Gonna hold on strong. Like a savage. With a banjo in my hand and the answers in my head. Yeehaw! I'm gonna take that test like a savage, y'all.
I have so many of those. You guys are in trouble. Ashley. Okay. Adam. Oh, you're done, right? That's awesome. Did you just finish? Do I have to play a song or has it been done for a while? I think you just got through the 63, right? If I remember right. I think you just got through the 63.
Check, crack books, now I'm cashing in. SIE, yeah, I passed it, friend. Felt like a lion in a 3-piece cage. Turn that page, now I'm center stage. Gold on my neck, diploma in my grip. Study like a scholar, but I spit.
Boom, baby.
You got him to wear the SIE in diamonds?
Telling you, it's not just. Oh, I really need to look like I need a better bracket. And Jeff looks like this is Brandon Riff. I am Brandon. I want you to email me. I want you on this thing next month. I want you in January. I want you on here. We'll do a
come on.
We'll do a threesome. Oh, I mean, we'll do a 3-part thing. Okay. Brandon, by the way, guys, Brandon, he runs, look at his chat. It's Basic Wisdom. Go check out his channel. He has some great stuff. He actually wrote all the stuff for Achievable. All the stuff, the wonderful stuff from Achievable, he wrote. Remember that. So he's a badass. He knows his shit cold. And he's actually a nice guy, too, on top of it. Okay. So Ashley, Brandon's probably gone already because he has 2. I think he has 2 kids now. Yeah, I think. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Oh, so Ash, you're taking the 7 first. Yes, the principal's good for the 9-10, but do the 7 one first and then just up it when you get there. Okay. Alexandra, no, I mean, we can talk about it if it overlaps with the 7, but Alexandra, we do the SIE tomorrow. There's a Q&A at 7 p.m. tomorrow, every Wednesday, and it's $4.99 a month. Don't spend more than that. And guys, if you're taking the SIE and you want to join a membership, do not spend more than $4.99. It's a waste. Don't spend a dime more than that. Just do the $4.99. Oh, Catherine. Great question. Okay. Now, difference between Reg T and Reg. Okay, so now, when you buy stock in a margin account and you want to use leverage, you're going to first fill out the margin agreement. Right? What's going to be in there? You're going to have the hypothecation. Hypothecation is allowing your shares to be used as collateral for the loan, like a mortgage. Then we have the credit agreement, which is the terms of the loan. Then we have the loan consent form allowing your shares to be lent for short sellers. We got that. That's fine, Catherine. Now, Reg T is when you first put money in. That's the 50%. That's the equity they would like you to put in. They want 50%. Now, when you start it, you have to put in at least 50%. That's Reg T. Then going forward, they would like you to have 50% equity in the account all the time. Not always cash, equity. As long as your equity is over 50%, you have SMA. Remember, here, say you have 100,000 in market value and your debit balance is 40 grand. Well, 100 grand minus 40 is 60. So your equity is 60. That's how much equity you have. They would like you to have 50, which is half the market value. You have 10 extra, that's SMA. Okay. So that's Reg T is the 50%. Now, the other part, FINRA has minimum maintenance, which is a couple rules. One, your equity can't go below 25% in the long or 30% in the short. That's a rule. You also can't have less than 2 grand in the account. So if you were to buy $3,000 worth of stock, Reg T is 1,500, but you have to put down at least 2 grand. If you're using margin, you must use you have to have at least 2 grand. So I always say every year I start an account around $800 and I try to get it up above 2 grand. So it's a margin account, but I only have 800 in it. I can't use margin because I don't have 2 grand in it yet. I try to trade it to get it up to 2 grand. And once it is 2 grand, boom, I can start using margin. So that's where the margin account is. Okay. So if you buy less than 2 grand, you only have to put down 100% because you can only lose what you bought. But once you're over 2 grand, you can use margin, and that's where you have to put down the minimum of 2. So if I buy between $0 and $2,000 worth of stock, I put down 100%. If I buy between 2 grand and 4 grand, I put down 2,000. Anything over $4,000 in stock, I put down 50%. And the minimum maintenance is if my stock drops, it goes the wrong way, which is basically everything I do, you're going to get a maintenance call. So if your equity falls below 25% of the market value or 2 grand, they're going to tell you to put money in. Hope that helps a little bit. Okay. Okay. Nah, that is outstanding.
Yo, check it, pass that SIE like a champ, understand? Let me tell you how it went down. Hit the books like a record, kept it spinning all night. Highlighters in my pocket and a...
Boom, baby. Nala, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Okay. I'm so happy for you. Do you want to take care of that guy for me?
BD?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Can you please send me...
Maybe shoot him in. Should put the link in there.
Considering info for the SIE.
So he scored a 65. So he scored a 65. Okay. Close, right? You're so close. You're literally like 4 questions away. So if you actually email Jeff at Kaplan Advantage Tutoring or just send the link, you can book with me, or I have 2 other tutors. I'm $200 an hour. I'm going up in January, but I'm $200 an hour. I have 2 other tutors that are cheaper, that are good for the SIE. Okay.
All right. Here we
and
go.
if you just need a plan, reach out to Jeff and do his.
So tutors.
Okay. Okay. LJ, that's a great question. You can start as soon as you want, but I probably would wait until you're into the book a little bit, because you want to have questions. You don't want to be lost, right? So again, I'd rather take your money earlier than later, right? But as far as you go, in my fiduciary duty, which I don't really have one, I'm saying now she's been down here for 20 minutes and now you bark. Okay. Teddy's an idiot. So if you wait until you're closer to the end, when we go over stuff, you won't feel lost. You can come in anytime, but you might feel overwhelmed if we're talking about mutual funds and you haven't gotten that far yet. But if you've done the SIE, you're probably on the right track. So you're probably okay. Okay. Now, there you go. I love it. RJ, I love it. I love people trying to help each other. Nala, give some information, baby. Okay. There you go. Okay. Oh, I like it. We have some real questions. Okay. And BD, don't worry about this. We're going to get it next time. Remember, it's a 30-day problem and a long career, right? So don't worry about that too much. Don't let it define you. Don't worry about it. Take some time. Go back to just reading the book. Just spend a couple of days reading the book. Sure, I did this last week too, Wayne, but we can absolutely do this again. I was almost going to it was on a short. Okay. Don't worry about defining what is one, because they're not going to tell you that you have to own the stock for 60 straight days in the 120 days around the X date. We're not going to answer that. But if it's a qualified dividends means that it's met that rule of the 60-day hold time, and they tax it like it's a long-term capital gain, which is 0, 15, or 20%. So if you make under a certain amount of money, you pay very low taxes. So really, even if you're in the highest tax bracket, if it's a qualified dividend, you're going to pay the highest tax bracket. If it's a non-qualified dividend, you'll pay up to 37% because it's a regular dividend. But if it's a qualified dividend, the max you'll pay is 20. And if you're below that highest two tax brackets, you only pay 15. And if you're in the bottom half of the country in income, you'll pay nothing. So qualified dividend, it's still ordinary income, but they tax it like a long-term capital gain. If it's a non-qualified dividend, they tax it like it's a ordinary income. I'm going to go on a tangent here on dividends a little bit. If I am a corporation and I own stock and I get dividends, I only pay tax on half of that. So if they ever ask you guys, which one of these 4 things gives the best tax benefit for a corporation, it's preferred or stock, anything that pays a dividend, because they only pay tax on half of it. Okay? Us normal schmugs don't. We have to pay full tax on that shit. But they give us the qualified dividend part. So again, mutual funds, preferreds, common can have a qualified dividend where if it's held for the right amount of time and you hold it long enough, it's only going to be taxed at a much, much lower rate. Okay. See? No. It's amazing how people love to call it 8:30. Do you not know me? Now, I hope that helps. Okay. So, Alexandria, you got to get through the book. Hopefully you're through the book. If you're taking on the 12th, you need to be through the book like now, like tomorrow. Just get through the book. If you're not through it, just power through it. Just get through it. Just get through it. Just get through it. Don't try to take quizzes yet. Then go back. And by the way, I just did a video about 2 hours ago on how your first test will always suck. It always does. It literally, the pilot first landing, boxer's first fight is going to get punched in the face unless he's Tyson. Then he kicks the shit out of everyone. But the point is, the first thing you do is always going to be bad. It's going to be bad. So if you get a 40, that's your baseline. Yeah, that's not a good score. But again, that doesn't mean anything. It just means you're learning how to take the test. Don't worry about that. And if you want, join the membership and come on tomorrow night and you can go through some questions. No, I agree. I love that. I think that's a great plan. Yes, I can. Johnny. Okay, so if I have and hopefully you guys are still on here. You guys always know that I'll get to your shit. I'm about 18 minutes behind, so I'll get there. Now, joint accounts. There's really three types of joint accounts. There's joint with rights of survivorship. Okay, so joint with rights of survivorship is me and Johnny have an account. We have money in there. We both have 50 grand or 80 grand. It doesn't matter. If I die, Johnny gets everything. Johnny gets everything. So he will be the suspect. Obviously, they're the one he brings in to find out that he poisoned me or whatever it is. So why is a knife on my back? Because it's Johnny. Oh, so if it's rights of survivorship, Johnny gets the other partner. It can be 3 or 4 people, but whoever dies, the money goes to the rest of the account. No probate, doesn't go through court. It just do not pass go, just goes right to them. That's rights of survivorship. Then we have tenants in common. Johnny and I have an account. We're not related. Oh, by the way, joint rights of survivorship, you don't have to be married. It helps, but it doesn't. You don't have to be. And you're not supposed to say, or why you if you're not married, why you're not doing it. That's not what it is. Okay. Now, tenants in common is I put in 60, Johnny puts in 40, I die. My 60 goes down to my estate, my beneficiaries, my heirs. It's still an undivided account when we place orders, but when I die, which I'm not going to die, but if I were to, it's going to drop down to my estate, my beneficiaries, my heirs, and I get a and it goes through probate based on my will, stuff like that. There's another one called benefits for the entirety. It may or may not be on the exam, but I'm going to throw it out anyway. That is only for married couples. Heavens in common, where we're together but separate. Joint rights or survivorship, we're together, all communist shit. I die, you get my money. Benefit for the entirety is only for married couples, and it's a way to protect property. There's another account they come up with, TOD, transfer on death. I set it up. Johnny's not a partner. I just list his name. I die. Johnny, when I die, I list Johnny as a beneficiary. He gets the money automatically, or whatever in the account automatically. No probate. And even if my will says everything goes to my dog, Johnny gets whatever's in that account. So the TOD account supersedes the will, everything. Hope that helps. Okay. Okay, Wayne, hold on. Let me do the Wayna. Do not worry about the math. You're gonna get literally 3 or 4 questions. You're gonna rock this thing. She passed the SIE in like 2 weeks. She passed a 7 in 3 weeks. She's gonna pass the 66. You're gonna rock this. Make sure you know total return, current yield, maybe a stock split, maybe PE ratio. Other than that, don't worry about it too much. Okay. Statutory versus cumulative voting. Okay. First of all, remember this. Cumulative is for the minority investor, meaning it helps the smaller investor. But here's the deal. No matter what, the way they explain it sucks, but I'm going to try to not suck when I explain it. No matter what, you get 1 vote for every share you own times the number of board seats. So if you have 100 shares and there are 3 board seats, you're going to get 100 votes for board seats. You're going to get 300 votes. Does that make sense, Angela? It does not. Cumulative statutory does not change the number of votes you get. It changes how you can use them. Okay. So statutory means you get, you have 4 seats, 100 shares, you get 100 votes per seat. You must use them per seat. If you decide that this third person running is a total fucking moron and you don't want to vote, you lose those votes. You can't move them anywhere else. You either vote or don't. Remember, there's usually more than one person running, maybe. Okay. But, I mean, maybe not. I have no idea. But if you have statutory, you have to use them the way you got them. 100 votes allocated to each seat. That's that. Cumulative is good for the minority investor, the smaller investor, because you can take those 300 votes and use them any way you want. So again, 100 shares, 3 board seats, 100, 100, 100. Put them together, that's 300. Those 300, you can put them all on A, all on B, all on C, whatever it is. You don't get more votes, you get more voting power because you get to accumulate. Cumulative. You get to accumulate your votes into a block and put them onto one person. Like say you think the board is too full of 60-year-old white men, and you say, we got some women and not non-white people on there, some diverse thought at all. You can say, I'm going to put everything on the woman who's very pro-dividend. Boom, you do it that way. That's the way it goes. Angela, if that doesn't help, let me know. D's okay. Diaz Jesse. Oh, let's go, baby. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna rock. You have 2 weeks. Make sure you keep reading. Make sure you're doing you don't have to do finals yet, but I say in about 3 or 4 days, start doing finals every day, 1 or 2 a day, just to hammer it out. Okay. Oh my God, Briz, you're fine. You're gonna rock this thing. You are absolutely gonna kill this thing. 100%. You are absolutely gonna sell this. I'm telling you right now, there's no doubt that you're gonna take this thing. But remember one thing.
I'm gonna take a test like a savage. Oh yeah, filling every bubble and my pencil fly. It's the SIE and I've studied all.
Savage, baby. Jeff's ignoring me now. So you have to take it like a savage. You have to go in there, and when I say take it like a savage, what I mean is you go in there and knock shit out. Because when I look at a question and I see 4 answers, I'm like, fuck, I can't do it. But if I can knock out 2, it becomes a much easier answer. If I can knock out 3, I can get them all. Okay. So the point is, you want to knock stuff out. And by the way, everyone who's taking the exam, you at some point, you're going to feel shitty and go, oh my God, I don't know the answers. A valid strategy is if you don't know something, to knock out shit you know isn't true. And if the only one left standing is the answer. Okay. So I forgot what they said. The simplest answer is always the right one, right? So understand something. I get very high scores on 98, 99s on the real exams. Do I know every little thing I see? No, but what I am good, I'm very good at taking tests. And what I do is I see something I don't know. I either mark it for review. If I see something that I could probably figure out, I either mark it for review or I go, okay, let's fucker do this now. So and that's the other thing. I go in with pure delusion. Okay. I absolutely go in with pure delusion. What I mean by that is that I go in there thinking I can answer any fucking question. So if I see an easy one, boom. If I see a hard one, I go, I can probably get that. If you go in there thinking I'm not ready, like Wayna, you cannot go in there thinking you're not ready. Everyone who goes in there, you have to go in there like a fucking bad bitch and go, I'm going to beat this thing. Because if you go in there like a bad bitch and you see a hard question, you'll be like, I got this. I'm going to figure it out. If you go in there and you go, I'm not ready, you're going to go, oh my God, another hard question. I can't do it. Like I got people, when I put questions up on the screen, they go, oh no, I shut it down. You're never allowed to say, oh no, you go, I'm going to learn this. Okay. That's what we're doing. Okay. You have to act as if like you're going to pass. Okay. So I go in there and I see 4 answers and I don't know the question. But I go, wait a second, that one doesn't make sense. And then D doesn't. Now I'm down to 2. At least I have a 50-50 shot. I can definitely get myself down to 2 on almost everything because it's always the Fred answers, the stupid answers, right? Anyone named Fred, I apologize, but whatever. So the point is the Fred answers are always, there's always a couple of them. So you can knock them out. You're down to 50-50. And then sometimes you get the third one. Boom. If you knock out 3, the answer's there. It's a shining beacon of hope. That's all it is. Okay. Okay. When it comes to bonds, there's some math. Okay. Okay. Ashley, you're taking the 7, right? Okay. There's definitely math. Accretion. I have a math video. There's accretion. Like if you find my Mathapalooza and my Burning Math videos, they'll solve your problems on bond math. Look, for bond math, current yield, you should be able to do. Yield to maturity, you don't need to do the math. You need to know the seesaw. If you can do OIDs, if you can do accretion and amortization, I haven't really seen a lot of accrued interest questions. You could see it. It's good to know it. But most of the time, it's going to be theory. Okay. If you can do tax equivalent yield, which is you take the muni and you divide it by 100 minus the tax bracket, or if it's a corporate, you multiply. Remember, multiply the corporate or divide the muni. Multiply the corporate or divide the muni. It's either one of those. Okay. And it's a lot of it's going to be volatility and stuff like that. Bonds, like, my long and low.
We're talking long and low, baby, showing how the market flows. Price gets wild when maturities grow. The longest bonds ride the biggest roller coaster. 30-year note, feel the motion. Low coupon means more commotion. Short term stays.
Boom, baby. I am fucking nuts with this shit. Okay. I got to make shit stick. I want them to be, God, that was so fucking stupid, but I remember it. Sometimes I act like an idiot because people go, I remember you saying something stupid. Okay. So understand, where are we? Okay. Okay. So Ashley, yeah, again, current yield, accretion and amortization, maybe accrued interest. You won't have to do yield to maturity, yield to call. You will have to do conversion. You will have to do tax equivalent yields. As far as math on bonds go, that's kind of it. And if you don't know the accrued, it's all right. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. Okay. Don't sweat it too much. And again, yield to maturity, yield to call, just know how it is. Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So this is a great question. Somebody on Reddit said there's not the same person, obviously. They want to take the 66 but their firm won't sponsor them yet for the 7, and they have the 6. So I'm like, they have the 63 and the 6, and they want to take the 66. And I told them, I said, why? Because if you have the 66 and they don't give you the 7, you're going to lose it. But if you have the 65, you might get your firm to hold it for you. Because if you have the 6, you need the 63, 65. If you have the 7, you can do the 66. And the 66 is no good unless you have the 7. The 65 is absolutely a standalone exam. Thanks, Billy. I'll try to find her on Facebook. Okay. 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 Levine, that's awesome. It's been weeks. You kept waiting. I know we've been waiting for you. Hold on. I'm going to give you a normal one since you passed. I'm not going to make you go crazy. Levine, we are born to be alive, baby. That's awesome. Remember, the world is a better place with you in it. Remember that stuff. Okay. Oh, look, Billy got my reference. Because there goes, Jane, stop this. That's awesome. Do you know what that's from?
No.
You're not old enough.
You keep...
Jetsons.
Oh, Jane. Oh.
Jane, his wife. Right, exactly.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know. You're young Gen X.
You're not that much older than me.
And you're 72?
72. I just filed
for 5 years. Right. Okay. Right.
Security.
Okay. Boom. I know. Cheryl. Yeah. No. I like STC myself too. I think they're organized better than the rest of them. I do love Achievable for the way they teach it, but I like STC's questions a little closer to the exam. Okay. Scott says Polsky. Okay. Scott say relax. Okay. So now, okay. So I have a video on a cheat sheet. It's in my crash course. But if you're taking the 7, the magic of the cheat sheet is writing the cheat sheet, not having it. But I mean, think about it. So you want to have the option box, right? The matrix, whatever it is. You want to have the bond, seesaw, triangle, whatever you use. You want to maybe put slobs over bliss on it, and any formulas that you're worried about. Other than that, it's very, very personal. I have a video that I show you stuff you can put on there. The other thing you can do is if you go onto this new thing called Google, and you type in Series 7 cheat sheet, and you hit images, there's a bunch of people uploaded what they did. And it's not that you can follow everything. Some of them are fucking nuts, but a lot of times you can get ideas. Also, remember, it's laminated paper, and you get a crappy fucking big marker. So there's only so much you can do. Also, guys, when you walk in there, I'm not saying to bring a 6-pack of Krispy Kreme, but it's not going to hurt you. And when you get in there and they give you the marker, check the calculator, do like 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, make sure it works, because sometimes it doesn't. And try the marker, make sure it works. And if it doesn't work, hopefully you've given them donuts and they're in a good mood with you, they'll give you a good marker. Okay? Just saying. Okay. I don't know if I'm a voice in anything else. I would pity any person that used me as a voice person. Okay. Okay. Glad person, I agree, but he copies me. What am I going to do? It is what it is. He does it at 7. It's an hour earlier than me, so it doesn't matter. I don't really care. Okay. Been studying for the 65, slowly getting higher scores, but not quite where I want to be. If you had to remember one thing for the okay. That's a tough question. The one thing I have to remember is agents always register. The one thing. So really, if I want a topic, I would really go over the investment vehicles. That's going to be your biggest thing. You got to go over the investment vehicles. That's going to be your biggest. That's your biggest. It's where people get hurt. Because we know the regs. I'm saying this knowing that I'm assuming that you're going to be fine on the regs. You got to be good on the regs. Okay. Look at this. Cheryl, that's really nice of you. Look at that. You see what she did? That was great. So my boy's going to be busy as hell on Wednesday. Remember, everyone who joined, remember that's first you get the oh wait. So wait, what motivator one did you see? I never even know anymore. Okay. It might have been Jeff's. Okay. To get you on the ADD pass. That's awesome. So remember, everyone, the SIE class is 7 p.m. tomorrow on Zoom. Make sure you have notifications on so you get it. Cheryl, that's fucking amazing. That's super nice of you. Okay. Where was it? Hold on. Okay, I hope that helps, Ms. Imzerdi. I mean, really, you got to get the regs. If you get the regs and investment vehicle stuff down for those exams, you're going to be fine. Okay. Oh, ethics. If you count the 63, ethics is big. I don't have any, so that's why I always forget. Ethics is big. Remember that ethics is a fucking thing on these exams. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me get you this one. Yes, we're going to pass. We are absolutely going to pass, right? 100%. We are going to pass. Hold on. Sorry, you're going to have to sub this one. Hold on. This is my favorite one.
I'm gonna beat the test. I'm gonna take it like a savage.
That one. I'm sure Jeff's not the only one. Everyone else is like, what the fuck is he doing? But I don't care because I'm trying to make you guys hyped up. TC, we're going to fucking beat this thing. Everyone who's taking the test, get on here and tell me you're going to pass the test. It feels good to say it. It absolutely feels good to say, I'm going to pass the fucking test. I'm a bad bitch, baby. Okay, now, Melania, you're taking it in 5 weeks. Literally. Okay. So, okay. How many hours a day are you studying? Are they making you study all day? Past perfect will make anyone feel like they burn out. Maybe take a weekend off. If you're 5 weeks away, so Melania, how many days off a week do you take? You need to take 1 day off where you don't do anything. I promise you it'll make a difference. Every week, take Friday off. Every Friday, take it off. Unless they pay you to study, then make it Saturday or Sunday. So, or if you're studying all day every day, then take the weekends off. And don't do nighttime. If you're studying around work, then take Fridays off. You can always make up an extra hour on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But tell me why you're burning out. Maybe switch vendors. Maybe jump to Achievable, which I have a link for, or STC. I have links for them too. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Andrea, don't sweat. Don't let the test beat you down. Right. Okay. Again, here's the thing with Past Perfect. So look. You did better on the real exam than you did on Past Perfect. So if you can get yourself to the 70s on Past Perfect, you're going to be fine. And that's the thing. So Melania, remember something. The Past Perfect ones are fucking brutal. Their margin shit. The other thing is, I like Past Perfect for the most part. But whenever there's a number in a question, they kind of have a stroke. Like margin, options, accrued interest, anything with a number. Convertibles. Their convertible questions are like, oh, you bought one and you gave it to Mary. And then there was an anti-dilutive feature. And then they had a stock split. And then they did a stock dividend. What's your cost basis? I don't know. I can't follow that shit. So I don't even bother. So anything, remember, Past Perfect is a pain in the ass. Andrea, I would say if you have to use Past Perfect, same with Melania. If they use them, that's fine. But if you can buy a supplement, maybe buy the Kaplan Q Bank, or buy, and they have a discount called year end, or somebody said LPL Financial works, but use year end maybe. It's who knows how long. It's supposed to be to the end of the year. So yeah, the problem but the thing is, Andrea, if you're getting 62, 65s, you probably shouldn't be going in there with super confidence. You should be going there going, I got to work on this. That's just my thing. I would feel confident if you're in the high 70s on. In reality, if you're passing on Past Perfect, you're going to pass on the test. Same thing with Kaplan for the most part, as long as they're not memorizing. Now, that's the other problem. Sometimes people start memorizing questions and they do better, but you're memorizing. So that's the scary part. Okay. Briz, we're going to get this, right? We're going to get it. Okay. Briz, I appreciate it so much. I really do. Okay. Now, what should be scoring on Past Perfect practice exams? If you're passing, you should be on. Here's the thing: on Kaplan and STC, Kaplan and Past Perfect, if you're getting 72s or higher, like 72s or higher, you're in really good shape to pass. On STC and Achievable, you probably want to be maybe mid to high 70s. Now, here's the thing: that makes it sound like you should do Kaplan and Past Perfect. I disagree. I like STC and Achievable better because they teach it better. I think they're more organized and they teach it better. Yes, Kaplan's great, but it's hard to get to those numbers. And they send you down some bad roads. Like sometimes they go down little rabbit holes that you shouldn't go down. Like they definitely talk about stuff that you don't need to know about. Like they make you do math that you don't need to know about. I think Past Perfect makes you do yield to maturity, which is not a fucking thing on this test. Okay. Okay.
Really?
You just have to recognize. You don't have to do the math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just have to do the math. There's no math on that shit. Okay.
But do they spread the numbers out enough on yield to maturity to
You just know it's above or below.
Oh, okay.
Like they're not like if it's a discount bond, they will only show you one yield above current yield.
Right, because you know what the formula for yield to maturity looks like.
Yeah, it's fucking. I'm not going to do it.
It's insane.
You can't do it on the calculator. Yeah, the bond guy wants. He's like, "Ooh, I got yield to maturity. I can do it." Right. So, because you probably know how to do it.
It's nuts.
They will not make you do it. If they say what's the yield to maturity, if it's a premium, pick the lowest. If it's a lowest, if it's a discount, pick the highest. Okay. Okay. Now, can I go over tax equivalent yield? Sure. You want me to do it? Okay. Now, will you or can I? Okay. Can I go to the bathroom or may I? Now, so here's the deal. I can't do it on math because I can't draw on the screen yet, right? One day. Now, let's use conceptual first. If I offered Jeff a job, even as a partner, if I said, Jeff, I'm going to pay you $100,000 a year on the books, or I'm going to pay you $80,000 a year cash. Which one does he take? Well, we don't know. You have to figure it out. You have to do the math on that. It goes, if Jeff's in the 30% bracket, the cash is a better idea. If he's in the 15% bracket, the taxable is in the better thing. So understand that whenever I got a job when I was younger, I was always offered like, you caddy or your lifeguard. They offer all these different things. And one of them, an option was always under the table. Loved under the table. But and as a kid, it was probably better to get the other one because you don't really pay any taxes, but we're dumb. We like to have cash in our hand. But let's talk about this. So a muni is like getting cash. You're not paying taxes on the money. A corporate is getting paid like a regular salary and they take taxes out of it. So a muni is like cash because you pay no taxes. A corporate is taxable. It's like getting paid. So if I am going to sit there and say, okay, I should have an 8% muni or a 9% corporate, which one do I do? Obviously, it's going to be the muni. But you have to know the tax brackets. You're going to take your 9%. Let me see if I can open it. Okay. Here we go. So if I have a 9% bond, okay, and I'm in the 20% bracket, if I'm in the 20, I bring home 80%. So I'm going to do 9 times 0.8, which is 80%. That gives me 7.2. So my after-tax yield is 7.2%. I have a battery. Okay. I have 7.2%. That's my after-tax yield. You pay taxes of 20%. That leaves you 7.2. So if I have a 7% muni, that's better. If I have a 7.5% muni, the muni is better. Now, let's say they don't ask it. Let's say they ask, oh, you have a 7% muni and you're in the 20% bracket. They go, what corporate bond would be the taxable equivalent? You just do the 7 divided by 100 minus the tax bracket. Take the 7 divided by 0.8 because I'm 20% bracket. That gives me 8.75. So I would need at least an 8.75% corporate bond to get the same return as I will with a muni. So if I get the 7, which is up there, right, that little one, right? The 7% muni is tax-free. The 8.7% is taxable. So after I pay the taxes, I come out with 7. So if you're comparing a 7% bond versus a 9% bond, and you're in the 20% bracket, the 9% is better because 9 times 0.8 is 7.2. That's better than the 7. However, if I'm in the 30% bracket, I'm paying more taxes. 9 times 30 minus 100 minus 30 is 0.7. 0.7. That's 6.3 after taxes. So that's lower than the muni. So the higher the tax bracket, the better the muni is. That's why my saying is rich people buy munis, poor people buy corporates. Okay. Chaz. Hi. I'm way behind though. Okay. Don't worry about the math. Just here's the thing. On the practice exam for the 66, mail in the math. Just fake it. If you can do total return, current yield, and maybe a tips question, you're probably fine. There's not much other math in that. Maybe you have to do the DCF stuff, but not that much. So really just kind of cheat on the math and the achievable and the SEC ones. It's a lot of laws and regs and investment vehicles and ethics. Okay, here we go. Let me get this one first. So John Lopez, it depends who you have. If you have achievable, if you buy the Kaplan Q Bank, you get 4,000 questions. If you have Kaplan, buy the STC one, okay? STC has you can buy 4 supplemental exams. They're good, but there's only 4 of them, where Kaplan has 4,200 questions. But I don't think they look that much like the exam. I think SEC, pretty much across the board, STC is closer in the style than Kaplan is. Kaplan's good, but they don't look like the exam. They're a little too detailed. They lose a lot more Roman numerals than the test does. Okay. Now, boom, profit, baby. Now let's get this. Here we go. Okay. Okay. TC, I'm going to get you there. Okay. Oh, no, we're going to get there, TC. I'm not going to go heavy into the options, but I'll give you a little hint on what you just said. Okay. Now, Ariona, what does X mean? Without. So if the record date for a bond is Thursday, the X date is Thursday. It's the same thing because remember, it's a C+1. So if the X date is Thursday, if the record date is Thursday, you have to buy it by Wednesday to get the dividend. So on Wednesday, say there's a $1 dividend and say there's a $50 stock. Remember, $50 stock, $1 dividend. On Wednesday, it's trading at $50. If you buy the stock, you get the dividend in 2 weeks. If you buy it on Thursday, you are not getting the dividend because it's too fucking late. It's the X day. So they drop the price of the stock by the dividend. So then the stock will now, their reference price will be 49. That doesn't mean it's going to trade there, but that's the reference price. So the reference price of the stock is going to be 49. So they drop the price by the amount of the dividend. Also, any GTC/open orders placed below the market will be reduced also. Above, no. So buy limits and sell stops will be reduced by the amount of dividend. So again, any open buy limit or sell stop and the reference price of the stock will drop by the dividend amount on the X date. That's it. And by the way, do not tell someone to buy it before the X date to get the dividend because that's called selling a dividend and it's a violation because it's not a real thing. Because listen, if you buy stock at 50 and get a $1 check, is literally the same as paying 49 the next day. So there's no advantage. And you actually pay taxes on that dollar. Okay? Good. I love it. Keep hammering those cheat sheets. I have the 2 ones for the 65, 66. They'll help you a bit. Okay. 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 TC, I have a whole playlist called Ops. This is the thing. There's 2 things you have to do. I have a video called Reframe Your Brain on Options. Hold on. I'm going to throw it in here. YouTube. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So now that's going to reframe. That'll help you with that. And there's a whole playlist with it. But let's get into this. So buy doesn't always mean bullish. Buy means you want what to happen. So that's why I have that options chart. Find my options basics playlist. The first one shows a chart. If you buy a call, you have the right to buy. That's long. Buy and own, hold, long mean the same thing. Buy, own, hold, long all mean the same thing. So if I'm buying a call, I have the right to buy. I want it to go up. If I'm buying a put, I have the right to sell. I want it to go down. So long a call is bullish, long a put is bearish. Now, if I'm long a call, the other side of that contract is sell a call. Short or right a call, that's bearish. Remember, an option is just literally a piece of paper. That's all it is. It's just a piece of paper. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is my computer thing. So here's a piece of paper. This gives you the right to buy stock. As long as this is valid, you have the right to buy the stock. So you want the stock to go up as high as possible so you can buy it down here. So if you buy a 50 call, you want to buy the stock at 50. If it goes to 60, you still get to buy it at 50. It goes to 70, so you get to buy it at 50. So you want it to go up so you can make money. So buying a call is bullish. Long a call is bullish. Long a put is bearish. Buying a put is bearish. Same thing, okay? Short a call is bearish. Short a put is bullish. I remember, everyone thinks that is. Long doesn't mean bullish. Long means you own it. Short means you sold it. So long a call is bullish. Long a put is bearish. I have videos that'll help you a lot. Okay. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. So past perfect is hard. Kaplan's good. Achievable is great. If you're scoring in the 80s on all of them, you're fine. You're right. You're ready for the 63. Don't overthink the 63. It'll kill you. Okay. Yeah, fucking read them. Fucking read. The only Angie, you're early still. I know you're taking it so much soon, but you just started. Regulations is everyone's weak spot. The only way to do it is watch my videos and read it and do the study groups. That's the only thing. And listen, do the same thing. Go do. You remember, Angie? Remember my "Are You Ready" video that helped on the 7? I have one on the 66. Start doing it now. Answer those questions. Answer those open-ended questions. I have some great little short videos called "Are You Ready?" Test. Okay. I thought of this. I don't know when I thought of it. Like in the summer, I said, you know what? It'd be kind of cool that if people could just have conversations. Because if you can answer an open-ended question, you can answer it. So I made these videos like, or do you know what this is? Do you know what that is? What does this mean? Well, and I do it on the 66. I ask all the exams I do it where I ask open-ended questions. If you can answer them, you're rock solid. Okay. Box baby. Wayna. I love it, Ariana. Okay. Past perfect will dry you. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think so. I think things click when you relax your brains. I literally had a guy, this guy Jason, I think is a great kid. I'm still friends with him. He was studying for the exams and he couldn't get over. Like he was in the mid 60s. I mean, no matter what we did, he couldn't get over the 60s. He was working his ass off and working and studying. But his mom had bought a trip to Machu Picchu. That's Peru, I think, right? And he goes, well, and he couldn't get out of it. He didn't want to go. I said, just go. And he goes, I'll study. I said, no, you won't. Don't lie to me. Don't even bother. There's no way you're on a family trip in Peru climbing up those ruins. You're going to be like, oh, let me read a book. So don't. He took the entire week off. He didn't study at all. He came back. He was in the 70s. Literally, that week off of just not thinking about it and being in the fresh air and all that crap, boom, helped him. So I do think the day before, not trying to stress out helps you a lot. The day before, you want to go over videos, you want to do stuff. You're not doing nothing. Remember, you're not doing nothing. You're just not taking tests. Okay. Ashley, it's good. Okay. That's fine. Some people like it. Some people hate it. If everyone to each its own. I mean, some people are like Democrats. I mean, whatever. Who knows? I'm kidding. So the point is, it's whatever works for you works for you. Okay. Okay. So Jordan, they didn't make you do it. That's good. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about. No, I'm sure. I try to. The settlement dates should be if they're after. Just remember, everything's T+1. Okay. The only things that really change is sometimes the contributions. I try to not talk about the contributions that much because the test doesn't really ask numbers so much. They ask, are you eligible for the catch up? Oh, if you put in how much, like they ask quick questions like, if you make 80 grand a year from investment income, how much can you bring in your IRA? 0, because it's earned income. Stuff like that. If you're 49, can you do the catch up clause? No, you got to be 50. Most of it's going to be non-number shit because they like evergreen questions. But the settlement stuff is now T+1. Anything that is T+2, I'm trying to scrub them out, but they're not all gone. Okay. Melania, don't worry, you're going to be fine. Okay. Yeah, you can buy, Ashley, you can buy a supplemental of 4 exams. You can buy the whole thing, but yeah, you can get the whole 8, 12 finals, but you'd have to buy the whole thing. And I have a discount code. You go to mine, it saves you like $50, $60. But you can buy the cube, their supplementals for like $50, $60. Okay. Well, I'm glad they did not. I'm glad they didn't ask you to use maturity. They used to. They're trying to get better at it. Okay. I'm almost near the end. Okay. Cheryl, that's awesome. So I am a fan of getting through the whole book first. I'm a big fan of getting through the book first and then doing chapter quizzes, but that works. You watch the video, you read the chapter, then you do the quizzes. That's totally valid way of doing it. I have videos that match up with SDC, so I kind of like people to watch my videos. Are a little shorter and they cover what you need versus everything. Okay, hold on. You want to be Metatron, you want to be low. If you want to be a short of a pass, mid 70s on Kaplan, anything above a 68, 69, 70, you're fine on Kaplan. But If you want to be sure of it, you want to be mid-70s for sure. And Kaplan's tough, but make sure it's not for memorizing. Okay. There you go. Jordan, I love it. That's awesome. They help me out. I love when people help each other. Okay. I do everything, but we're going to be done in about 5 minutes because I have my class start. My premier class starts at like 9:15 or so. Yeah, I'm doing it. I do SIE on Tuesdays. In reality, I can do SIE on Thursdays too, because anything on the SIE could be on the pretty much, unless it's FINRA rules. Any of the product stuff could be on the 65 or 66. Okay. Oh, Layla. Yeah, make sure your mutual funds and annuities are down pat in the customer accounts. And watch my crash course. Then just do not take any finals the day before. Make sure you don't take any finals the day before. Watch videos, read customer accounts, go to bed early, and eat a night breakfast the morning of. Okay. Alec. Boom. Thank you very much, Alec. I appreciate it. That's awesome. He's like, oh, I'm gone already. Okay, shut up. Although I'm not that far behind. I'm only 7 minutes behind now. Okay. I like STC too. I do like STC a lot. Okay, here we go. Nick. Okay. I think it helps, but remember something. All of these classes are review classes, okay? All of the classes are review classes, okay? They are you should be almost ready to take it. Don't expect them to explain everything. It's going to be fast-paced and all that. And remember, none of them in person. I think the only person that does in person anymore is Nakazuno out of Denver. And if you go there, maybe you can reach out to Brandon Rith and hang out and have a coffee with him, because he lives somewhere out in Colorado. Now, that's a big fucking state, buddy. So STC virtual is good. I think they'll help, but just make sure you're doing it as a review, not as a learn. We used to do the classes back a long time ago. It was like a 5-day class teaching you this stuff. But now it's been stopped down to three days, and it's all review. They don't want to do the teaching anymore. The 7 one, if you're in the premier one, we're meeting tonight in about 10 minutes. If you've joined already, then you should have got the link. If not, we meet every Sunday. That's the best way to start, because we do 6 p.m. for regular FINRA stuff and options at 7 p.m. Okay. Oh, Nick, I appreciate it. That's awesome. It's been a long time, my man. That's a long time. I'm glad. I hope you're killing it. It's amazing how many people do this and then leave the business. But it's also amazing how many people struggle at first and then they become superstars. Remember that. A lot of people who failed the exam once or twice are superstars at their firms now, because being good at the test is not exactly correlated with being good at the job. Layla, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Oh, so Jeff, that's going to be yours. The last one. You can start reading that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Using STC, Monica, maybe take a couple of days off. I'm sorry you missed. Okay. I'm sorry. It sucks. But it is frustrating. Go back and just start reading the book again. Maybe switch it up. Maybe get Achievable. Maybe get the Cap and Q Bank. But change up what you're doing a little bit, okay? Oh, Nick, that's awesome. Go, just start reading. What's I say? Just start reading the book, and if you feel STC, you're starting to memorize. Get the Cap and Q Bank. Buy the Achievable program. Do something different. Shake it up a little bit, okay? Before you get to yours, Jeff, Nick, I want to say something. What's interesting? Fidelity, when they start, everyone complains that the salary isn't that hard when they start. But two things. One, nobody ever fucking leaves. I think they always promote from within. Like literally, if you're good at what you do, they move you up. And I don't know where you are. I'm trying to say Nick, but it's like there's a guy, Caleb, that comes on once in a while. And he was getting promotions within like 6 months. So they're good. I mean, he also got lucky. I think someone left ahead of him, but people don't leave. It's a family-run place. The benefits are out fucking standing. And people don't leave. Okay, you're up, Jeff.
The best way to do this is break it up into small pieces. I just did a video on this for people who don't like studying or have ADD or ADHD. Do like the 20-10 method that I referenced in the video. It's 20 minutes of studying, take a 10-minute break. Do it 4 times, you put 80 minutes in, and you bang out the time. You're going to have to study, so just break it up into pieces where you're using your time effectively. It's really that simple. It'll seep in. You'll understand the content, the materials. You'll get through the exams. Just break it up into pieces that you can manage. It might be 30 minutes. It might be 40 minutes, but do what's comfortable for you.
I like it. That's a good plan. It's always about because when you look at the whole fucking thing all the time, it's like this big ass fucking book that's gonna come down at you, right? Small bites, baby. Small bites.
Chop it up.
Chop it up, baby. Chop it, chop, chop. Look at this. 4 years, he's at 4 promotions. And that's what then are you putting 17% of your salary in there? And I think they match. Like my daughter was at Bridgewater and they matched 150% of what you put in, which is insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, but there's a reason. Look, they had a bus take you from the city every morning and back. But they take it out of you in sweat and
They want you to think about nothing but your job.
Yep.
That's what you're paying.
Chop it up. By the way, even if it's smaller than that, you could chop it up into like 10-minute, 20-minute blocks. It doesn't even do chapter by chapter. We just chop it up and don't look at everything. Look at because like when I walk, the 1 or 2 times a year, I actually take a walk. If it's a long one, I don't look at the distance. I look at the next mailbox. And then I look at the one after that. And I go, okay, like if I have a long road, I put it in pieces. Okay.
And the problem also with the chapter one is all chapters are not equal. Some are 20 pages, some are 60.
Right.
If you're going to study options, you might need 2 or 3 days to go through that.
Okay. I like it. Okay, here we go. Boom. Hey, Layla, I'm so happy. We're going to rock this thing. Tell me you're going to pass, Layla. Tell me you're going to pass. Look at this. It's crazy, right? So they do a 7% match plus the profit share. Yeah, it's fucking great firm. Like, people don't leave because they know that it's not the same as Bridgewater. Bridgewater, they don't leave because no one can match the salary.
Right.
Because one of the guys I was working with, his best friend, has had 4 nervous breakdowns working at Bridgewater, but he can't leave because he makes $7 million a year. Where else are you going to make it? It's crazy.
You think $7 million's worth the nervous breakdowns?
I mean, the problem is you go, I can do 1 more year. I can do 1 more year.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but think about it. We've been under pressure in. You got to do what you really enjoy. You got to really. I still say
people like enjoying spending money. I mean, that's $600,000 a month. You will never. You could literally do 4 or 5 years from there and have generational wealth where your family will never run out of money. That's what we do. Right?
You have to be built a certain way.
Yeah,
I really believe that.
Okay, let me get to a couple more. B Clay, baby. Okay. Yeah, I mean, be confident. Make sure, hopefully you're passing everything. Do my practice exams, practice walkthroughs. I have one that mirrors the exam. I have another one where I do the FINRA exam. I wouldn't do any tests on Thursday. Please make sure you've gone over the risks and what register reps can and cannot do. That's big. Make sure you go over the risks and what the register rep can and can't do. You got to make sure you go over them because that's big on this test. Okay. And get some sleep, I promise you. And read customer accounts the morning of. Okay. It's a good idea. I like that. Flashcards. Here's my thing about flashcards. Don't buy them. Make them. The magic of flashcards is making them, not reading them. Okay. Okay, Kelly. Well, that's a good question. So
build yourself up.
What?
Build yourself up.
Yeah. So you start checking out after 100. So this is what I'm a fan of. Now the question is, are you taking multiple hours to do that? Like if you're set the timer, right? So if you're doing that in like 2 hours, then yeah, you have enough time to take a break. So I would say, this is my big fan, and you can do whatever you want. I say every 40 questions when you're taking a test, take a break. Get up, throw water on your face, go to the bathroom. I don't give a shit. Shake it up. I had one girl, she would do jumping jacks in the hallway.
And then also, are you taking those 100 questions with the answers on or off?
Right. That's fair. If they're on, it takes so much longer.
Yeah.
So you have to look at your timing. If you're doing 100 questions and it's taking you 3 hours, yeah, you can't take a break. You got to speed that shit up. I mean, I kind of think of it like, you ever watch the marathon runners? They run the marathon. They win in like 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
But if you ever said to them, oh, run it with this, they can't run for 4 hours straight. They go, I can't do it.
Right.
I mean, they can obviously, but they said I would go fucking nuts. So, but so that's what I'm saying. So sometimes taking breaks will help you. So the question is right. If you're taking them with the answers on, it's going to take a lot longer and it's hard. If you do them with the answers off, I would say every 40 questions, get up, get a drink of water, throw water on your face, go to the bathroom, do jumping jacks, eat a quick sandwich. I don't give a shit. Do something to break it up and then go back in.
Yeah. Take a break, because if your mind's shot, you're not going to do well.
Right. I agree. 100%. I think we did some damage today, right? But a banger of an episode.
I'll take the last one if you want.
Oh, is there another one? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it with the answers off.
Yep.
Simulate the exam. Get comfortable going through an exam and not knowing if you got the question right or wrong.
Yep.
It'll pay off in the long term. If it's short-term comfort by leaving it on, but turning them all off will get you in better shape for the exam.
I agree. And that's the psychological part, that if you get a couple wrong in a row, you get pissed off. Oh, I feel a commercial coming in. Hold on.
In the law or not fight, I compel you to like and subscribe this video right.
There we go. Sorry. He just broke in.
Is that Moses?
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that okay?
It's more of a Passover video, don't you think?
I know, but I had him. Well, Passover was a tough time for him. I wanted to give him a break. Okay. Yeah, my big thing is it's like it's some of it, a lot of it is getting in your head. Like if you do the answers on, you start getting upset and then you start spinning out. Yeah, listen, be Clay, baby. We're gonna nail this thing, right? Tell me you're gonna pass this thing. I know you. This is it. Third time's a charm. I do find out sometimes the second time is harder than the first, but the third is like somewhere in the middle. And you're gonna rock this thing. You know your shit. Also, remember something. This will make you feel better. Every person that I've ever had that's failed the exam once or twice and then passed it has done better on the next one. Because instead, like sometimes you can mail in the SIE and pass, right? But then you haven't learned it. You have to learn all over. But if you've done a deeper dive, you've studied again, you've read it again, you'll have a deeper knowledge. So when you go for the 7 after this, you're gonna rock it. Okay.
You can also watch my video on what to do.
Yes. If you're a part of the membership, you can watch these videos on what to do. I sometimes do it. Hold on. I do some on TikTok and Instagram, not at different times. Sometimes I run them at the same time. So you might as well just watch here. I might start doing ones like random ones during the day and shit like that, but I'm so busy. It's crazy. I don't have time. Okay. And there's your good advice. You made her feel better. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for being on here. That's true. Oh, B. Clay, find my Are You Ready for the SIE exam video. That's what goes with this, where it's all open-ended questions. It's like 10 minutes long. And it helps you just answer them open-ended, like if you know your stuff. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah, if you join the membership, it's on it's like $5. If you join the membership, I just posted them. It's like $4. It's like $4.99. Or you just listen to him right now. We gave you a lot of good advice. Okay. So yeah, Nick, I agree. It's amazing how much. I mean, if you look at the analyst class, it's like an 80%. Like in the analyst class for JP Morgan and them, it's like an 80% turnover. Okay, guys, I have to jump off. I have to go do I have to do what I do so well. I have to go teach a class from 9:15. Boom. Okay, do it, baby. We'll see you on there. And then the next Tuesday, you're gonna come on and tell us how great it was. Okay, everyone. We know we're going to get this, right? We know we're going to pass, right? Okay. Hold on. I got to end on an annoying one, right? Hold on. Let me find a good one. Oh, this one. This was so weird. What? Watch. I think I cut it, but
I'm gonna beat the test. I'm gonna take it like a savage.
ending. Whatever. Okay. Guys, thank you for being on here. I will see you guys in a week minus an hour. I have to go teach.